Good morning, Spartans. Welcome to Monday. New week, new opportunities, new set of hurdles. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Ready to jump into things this morning. Clearing off a few things from last week. All right. Very interesting morning. Of course, I don't look at the market until I get on with you guys. But yeah, I mean, you can see we pushed, especially here on AMD, um, from 165 range to 225. If anybody, for whatever reason, held AMD calls over the weekend, you are waking up um, probably in disbelief, like a lot of people are. That push on AMD was crazy. News on a chip deal, it looks like. Between OpenAI and AMD. Very cool. Oh, excuse me. Very cool. All right, guys. I'm going to jump in, get the private group up and running. Uh, as usual, if you guys have any questions, please post up there in chat. I will take a look at those as soon as I get back. Or if there's anything you want me to look at, so on and so forth, please do, and we will go from there. All right. Well, good morning. What's up, buddy? How are you, Ops? How was the brisket? I believe it was this weekend, right? All right. Got that posted in the private group. So we'll take a look here at a few things. Let's go ahead. We're here. And let's knock out our charting real fast. That can go. I mean, big market push. A lot of this can go here. Carryover is going to be our opening range, our blue. Opening range high. That's our carryover. We are not at all-time high. Huh, I thought we were. All right, all-time high was this candle here on Friday, 648.09. We're gonna lock that one in. And then we'll do our normal starting. There is our pre-market low. Pre-market high. Session low. Session high is going to be that all-time high line. But I don't want to grab it because you know how I am with doubling if we don't have to. So what I'm going to do, I just drop back to the 5. I'm going to come in here and try to grab the bodies. Seen that ops. Hold on 1 second. I want to tell you what. And there. That's going to give us a really tight range up there of support in this area, or resistance in this area if we get up there. Dad joke, what do you call a criminal doing going down the stairs? Condescending. I like that. That one was a good one. Better than last week's. Some of last week's jokes were horrible. All right. Here we go on SPY. So this is our 52-week high, all-time high, whichever one you call it. 672.68. Lock it in. All right. We almost touched it there in pre-market. And that's also going to be our session on Friday. So Um, do the same thing. We'll just get really close with it on the bodies instead of the wicks. Guess I need to delete lines and carryover before I get too excited. All right, so this one's going to be our carryover. This one's going to be opening range high Friday. Carryover. All right, so we got our 52 week, we got our session high, we got our carryover. Next, let's grab session low. And then we're going to grab pre-market. And then really don't like that. All right. Everybody see what I did there? Okay, let's look at the elephant in the room, AMD. AMD up a metric ton, 37.85% off of news. Oh, about a partnership with OpenAI. You can read about it. Cool, yeah. Do I care a whole lot? No. Just the big thing here is um, new all-time highs, really. 227.80. Close enough. Big thing is after Bill, we don't know what this thing's going to do. Definitely need to give it some time. We could definitely see some profit takers on this one. I that's kind of the way I would lean. But for one, AMD premiums are ungodly expensive, especially on a Monday, and then especially after this, IV is going to be super inflated. So if you get in on a call, it goes the wrong way. The IV crush is real and will just decimate the premiums on that one. So be careful. Just really want to give it some time. And even if this thing does pull back and drop back, like I said, the IV is going to be through the roof, and premiums are going to be through the roof. Will you know? Can it pay? Yeah, it definitely can pay. But it be paying a pretty penny for it as well. So yeah, it's cool. Am I overly excited for it? Well, big movement. Things are going to happen. No, no. His price is just outrageous. All right. So just checking that. Apple, 259.49. I think that was going to be our high. 259.49. Yeah. So 259.49 is going to be new high, new all-time high on Apple. So we're going to adjust that one, 259.49. That one locked in real quick. And then we're going to come down here, look at just a few things. BABA. We're good. Hood. push to new all-time highs. Told you guys. Base hits 100%. Base hits every play, every time, no exceptions. Base hits are what pays the bills and wins the game. Um, Told you guys don't sleep on Hood. It's going to keep pushing, and I've been preaching that since it was around $100. Now it's at 152.92. Guys paid attention, great. If not, well, hey, I can only do so much. Palantir, it's actually dropping back, which I figured we would hold here, but we really didn't on Friday. Um, is what it is. What else were we going to look at, guys? Sound. We got on sound. Doing okay. Hey, real quick, 3 minutes before bell, make sure you check your account status to see what you can and cannot get into. Very important. I know I say that daily, but you need to do it every day, right before market, so you know what you're really allowed to buy and what you can't buy. So take a few minutes while we're adjusting some of these. 44.23, silver new high. Yeah, just looked at that one. New high 44.23 on silver. Starting to drop back a little bit. Remember when we were talking about yeah, discipline, name of the game this week. Remember when I was talking about last week how we need to watch this level, and what did it do on Friday or Thursday? Came right down, touched it to a T, pushed. So if you got calls off of that, you doing perfect. Gold. New high there on gold. Looks like we can delete some of our old lines to 363.40. Oh, that was opening range. Silver for X. No, I'm following you on that one. All right, guys, less than a minute to go here, so make sure you're ready. Buying the dip on what there, Silver Surfer? All right, here we go, guys. We are live. Let's see what happens here. I do want to watch this AMD just for entertainment value. Are you buying the dip on silver? And starting to see that pull back. Wowzer. 220p is the closest out of the money on AMD. It's trading $1,100. Told you. That shit's gonna be expensive. IWM trying to push there. This is the level 2 here on AMD. It actually looks pretty calm for what I was expecting. Uh, Google was down pre-market. Why are you? Google was down in pre-market, and we just soaked that up with a quickness. PayPal trying to push, and then quickly drop back. Tesla pushing. Let's see that 11. I mean that 220p on AMD that was trading at 1100 is now, of course, in the money, trading at 1350. So if you had deep pockets and gigantic illness, then AMD was definitely the play for you. Um, I have neither of those, so I did not play AMD. IWM new high. Watch this one. Not sure why IWM's actually pushing as hard as it is, but you got a good buy candle there. Google just pushing. But like I was saying, guys, just need to give it some time. Mm-hmm. Definitely can't force trades. The market could give two shits about you and your feelings. It's going to do what it wants to do. It, you can't force a trade, or it could be a very costly mistake. So you've got to pay attention. You've got to watch, look for that setup, and yeah, $200 would buy some brisket. All right, so we lost that big green candle, and now turning uh, to red here on IWM, and SPY losing this valuable area and starting to drop back as well. We've got a ways till pre-market at 668.88. We could try to fill this gap down. So be careful on that one, guys. Coin calls. Give me a sec. Coin typically expensive. I don't know why. Coin call. This is coin on the 100 tick. I would wait till we at least cleared the view app, to be honest with you. And super expensive. So I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Spreads are a little large too. So 390. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, if your platform is acting up, please don't trade. 390 on coins trading a little over 1,200 bucks. Spreads anywhere from $50 to $100. Don't like that either. Try to exit out of Robinhood. Maybe try to sign out and close the program, reopen it, and see if that helps. Apple starting to drop pretty hard. Google starting to drop pretty hard. Nvidia showing red candle. AMD trying to still hold on, but it's not sure what it wants to do. There goes PayPal as well. Tesla dropping back. Yeah, it looks like most of the market. There goes SPY. SPY's dropping back. If it makes you feel any better, X. Gosh. Yeah. Weeble's running slow for me. All right, so we PT'd on a trade. Still in runners to see. We may get some movement, but this one is really tricky. It's this one. It's a SPY put. Yeah, I mean, I alerted it and really stressed the fact that it was a super lottery play. So, and I went small on it, nothing major, not looking to break the bank or anything. He was alerted 0.65. PT was given at 0.78. Looks like we may gain some momentum on it for the runners. But I mean, we took that trade 6 minutes in, and with all this uh, going on, it's super lottery play. So I honestly went small for a lottery size play, to be honest with you. But I do like the fact that Apple and Google and everything else is still dropping. So 90, what was that, 91? 94 now from 65. Nice trade. Six. What are you looking at or on there, X? Watch this spy if you're in. We're getting close to filling part of that gap. We're getting into pre-gap highs right around this 670 level, so we could see, yeah, see bounce. So just be careful there. Oh, silver, gotcha. Perfect bouncer. That was a good little trade there. 65 to 96 on that spy. Nvidia starting to push. Be careful. Whoa! Look at that big green there on Apple. Holy moly! Hmm. Big green there on Spy as well. Not sure why. If it sticks. Okay, looks like that may have been a glitch on Apple because it doesn't even show that week now. Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, that was almost all-time high there on Apple. But we're only 16 minutes in, guys. Still plenty of time to figure today's market out. It's because Robinhood started to finally work. Everyone having the same problem. Oh, is that what you think that big spike there on Spy and Apple was? It could be. I mean, it makes sense. Apple is just not happy, is it? Definitely room for consolidation on that Spy Apple drop. Apple's expensive, but it's been seeing some good movement. IWM breaking its carryover, which was opening range high on Friday. IWM definitely has room to retrace that PN movement. About 20 minutes in now, guys. By setting up for another drop too, it definitely consolidated back kind of as we planned, and now starting to drop again. See if we can take another run at this 670 level. Gosh, excuse me, guys. X, just be careful on that silver, man. I know you like it. There's a perfect push right off of that red and gold level again from pre-market. But you can see what keeps happening once we hit that all-time high. I know all-time high was somewhere in here. You could be coming into this all-time high, and then it could drop back, and that could give you your dip for your entry. PayPal pushing pretty hard there. '22 minute. Gosh, 22 minutes in. Golly. Out of coffee before 10 o'clock. All right. Dad joke. Why is the big cat disqualified from the race? Because it was a cheetah. That's yeah, that's a proper dad joke. That's a good one. Asked Magic 8 Ball, is the market going to keep dropping today? And it says, nah, mate, on Twitch. And YouTube says, you'll have to wait. Well, that don't help. Trying to make another push here. Or drop push in the premium on the puts. And we just PT'd on another trade on IWM. This one we alerted at 30. PT was 0.36, 20%. Quick, easy little trade there. And starting to push a little bit. Got a little bit of a hiccup coming here that we could bobble on, watch it, and then if not, we could pretty easily see that 245.45 level back. That AMD definitely dropping. Let's look at that 220 on AMD that we had talked about earlier. That was at 1120 actually. It is now at 1745. So you would have profited over $600 so far per ton on that. We're coming into that level here. So we're getting a little bit of resistance off of that. 246 roughly. And that SPY continuing to drop. So if you're still in that one, we're at 94. We tipped 103. And we just hit our 30-minute mark, so give it a few. Wow, look at that. Walmart just taking off. Give it a few more minutes, and then we're going to set our opening range on IWM and SPY. Once again, I numerous times when we see a big drop on SPY, we see a big push on Walmart. But Walmart has been having some troubles around this 12 and a half to 13 range. So we could definitely see a pullback there. Guys, if you're in this SPY or that IWM, please just make sure you're managing your trades. $60. So we 100% on that one. Sweet. Congrats if you guys followed. I mean, that was a good setup. We waited for our rejection and confirmation off of that opening range high on Friday. We got it. Came down, bobbing a little bit, took PT in this area, and now setting up the runners. When SPY keeps following this peach, we get that consolidation back for another drop. But we're just in runners on it as well. So, all right, 32. So we 32 minutes in. Sorry, I was just looking. So let me update this for the private group. And let's do our opening range. So top new high 248.21. And there's your opening range IWM, which looks like off. Now we could bounce around here, but I definitely want to keep it under this zone if at all possibility for more to the downside. And let's do SPY real quick. Pull up SPY. Where SPY here on the main chart. And we're going to do the same thing. There's opening range high. Opening range low. We need a rejection. SPY pushing back into that opening range low, which I was hoping we would get a pull back there. IWM testing that zone we were just talking about, so we could see a reversal on these two. So be careful. This is where you've really got to search deep and say, hey, do I want to hold on to these and see if we're going to get more, or are we going to exit out in the green? Um, that is completely up to you. So on the 5 minute, we're looking pretty decent on SPY and IWM. Go back into two here. We are now testing that zone. So this is a 2 minute, this is a 2 minute, this is a 5 minute. You can kind of see where we're at on the 5. We're looking okay still here on SPY, but we're below or above this opening range low, which I want to be under. And here we're testing it on IWM. Is SPY going to drop? Oh, you missed 8 ball. Try to get ops, but do exclamation point 8 ball. There you go. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So let's see. Because we are definitely in that zone where we could. So watching this key level. So this is, like I said, 2 minute, and this is the 5 minute. So we're going to see what these two want to do. We're 37 minutes in. So here shortly, I'll probably start looking at some other stuff. We only took this IWM and SPY just because it was a good setup, but definitely a lottery play early on. Looks like we may be getting some more to the downside. Apple though is really trying to push, and Google's coming in at 247.40 resistance. So please don't get guys. There's SPY, a little bit more to the downside. So it popped to 21 there, 121. So we're close to 100% there on SPY trade. Nvidia dropping. See if we can get AMD to drop again. Apple coming into some resistance. Apple rejects this, that could give us some more momentum for this downside on SPY. But SPY is getting through that pre-market, so be careful. And there's that pop. That's what I was afraid of, guys, right there. And we pop there. I was kept telling you guys not to be greedy. Looks like we just touched that all-time high. Rough range there on silver. Gold is flirting with it. I was looking at this Oxy. One thing you guys got to keep in mind um, is this level 2 data. So you look here, the chart looks good. What's your first initial thought? Hey, let's buy calls, right? So, the thought process, if you look at the calls, calls are not bad. I mean, they check the boxes. It's cheap premiums, spread's not bad. Yeah, I mean, all the boxes. But you got to look right here. This is what concerns me. Um, so basically, what this tells me is one, you look at the volume. Right now, Oxy's trading at 3.32 million. Okay. Once Oxy hits 45.70, right there, we can even draw a line there so we can watch it. 45.70. Once Oxy hits this line, what this is telling me is that it's going to trigger a sell of 65,577 shares. Okay. So with our call, we want it to go up. But this is what we call building a wall. Once it comes up, starts knocking all these out, it's going to hit the 65, and now it's changed 65,602. And what is that going to do? So that's a rather substantially large wall. Um, yeah, you're like Jason. We're only trading now at 3.4 million. So 65,000 in 3.4 million is a small drop in the bucket. I agree. But what can happen? We can come up, hit this wall, and start dropping back. And if I'm this guy and I sell my shares and you see it drop back, you're like, oh man, this is going to drop. So it could trigger more, and it could be a start of a downfall. We could see more start triggering shortly after that, or prior to, and then it come down. So we just another one just popped up here at 33,000, 3,300, 3,400, um, because the guy could say, "Oh, we're not going to get here. I want to sell my shares prior." This one just popped up at 9,000. So you've really got to pay attention to this level 2 data, especially if you're trading small cap. And I wouldn't necessarily say small cap. I mean, it works for large cap too. But you're trading well now 3.49 million. But it's definitely something to take a look at when you're trading stuff like SPY, Tesla, that's got a larger volume. I mean, it still is good to look at, but it's not something that you just have to really pay attention. We can kind of let this one just play out and see, but just one thing I wanted to point out to you guys. And now it's grown to 70,000 shares. And other traders, like I was saying, could see this and say, "Oh man, we're not going to make it there." So we could start building walls further back. Just just like I say, small gains add up to big profits. You could also say small walls add up to big sales. I don't know. So now we're definitely pushing to the downside off of that. Yeah, see, now we're pushing further away and building some larger small walls off this drop. That's just another tool or key to success that you could throw in your portfolio of trading. Walmart had a issue right here in that what did I say, 102.50 to 13 or 103 range. It's dropping back. So I was just wanting to watch this and show you guys how this ACHR Archer. The volume's pretty good, 38.7 million. See, we're building some support and some resistance. We do have some room for consolidation. This is the 5 minute. 2 minutes not looking bad. I just want to give it a few minutes and see what it wants to do. Balls are a little high. Spread's not bad. So yeah, checking some boxes. Let's kind of watch it and see. Walmart may re retest that resistance level there. Watch this IWM looking like it wants to push into that 247.91, which was a pre-market high. Be careful. I was looking at this one earlier. We did get the confirmation on the retest. It may try to push, but so far we're kind of not necessarily. I mean, we are, but we're not range bound. Getting some momentum. but I wouldn't expect a huge push up through that level. All right, Archer is starting to push a little bit. X, did you grab that Archer when you mentioned it? It's definitely building some volume, but good luck with that. I mean, few things here, guys. Is trying to break into the new high a day. Excuse me. Was which could result. I'm going to repin our website at the top of the page there, um, in case you don't see it. Thing internet keeps kicking me. It looks like I keep getting the reconnect notification from OBS, so it's up there if you need it. Um, but if you're new here, make sure you give us a follow. We're new on Twitch. We haven't been on here too long, so your follows really go to help us out, help us grow the community, and is fantastic. We do have subscriptions to Twitch that you could also sign up for. Um, that is not free, but that's handled through Twitch, and we don't handle that. But following is completely free. Then, if you are interested, if you're new to trading, you can definitely check out our website up there, SpartanDTGroup.com. We are a legitimate company. We teach people how to trade. Um, so when you sign up for the group, all that the money and stuff does not come to me. I'm not just some random guy on the internet pretending to teach you guys how to trade. We, like I said, we are a legitimate trading company. Um, so yeah, check it out. We are designed to take you from a new trader that knows nothing about trading up and through how to become a profitable trader. And starting to see a pullback here on Walmart. That's what I was saying up in that area. Definitely be careful. Video looks like it's wanting to drop back some too. But that IWM, that would have been a good trade if you would have caught it to the upside. A risky trade. Hey guys, if I drop out on Twitch, let me know. Of course, I mean, we're still within time, so if that happens, I will definitely be right back as long as the internet gods allow it. So I know a few people messaged me and said that it keeps dropping. So there's that Oxy. That wall was at 4570 that we were watching, right? Yeah, 4570. It is now somebody's taking it down, so we could gain some another push. But what that means is somebody could be watching it, and once we creep up closer and start getting some buy momentum, they might try to sneak it in there. All they're doing is setting up a limit sell, so it could happen rather quickly. Snow new all-time high. We don't watch snow a whole lot. We used to trade it quite a bit back in the premium, back in the day in the paid group. We don't trade it a whole lot anymore. Just like everything else, the premiums are stupid inflated. Still, new all-time high off that chip news this morning with AMD and Nvidia. Not with Nvidia, but AMD and Nvidia moved, which Intel also moved. Excuse me. And like I said earlier, guys, one day somebody will listen to me. That IWM was going to push up to that 470, 247.91 and drop back. It pushed to 247.89. I apologize, I missed that by 2 cents, but um, getting a drop back now. Nvidia key level on the downside, could see more there. So yeah, just setting up some levels. And now we're getting that read test here on IWM. Getting the pullback yet again. That time we missed it by a penny, so a little bit better. Hood hard rejection off an all-time high there. That was pre-market, or right at bell, I guess you could say. We hit that all-time high. Boeing is another one we used to trade a lot. And there's a special one through that pre-market high 247.91, which you can see we tested it twice, broke. Now we're coming into that all-time high from earlier, and then our opening range above our all-time high. So we're coming into some quite a bit of resistance. If we can come in and break this 248.21, we could definitely see a push to the upside with some momentum. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. Um, Not a whole lot going on, so good time. But anyway, I'll be back in a minute. All right, guys. Back. Sorry about that. A quick little snack. Oh, did we miss anything? Not really. Looks like IWM rejected off that all-time high level. Like I said, through this zone here on IWM, we could expect a lot of resistance. So might be tough. Really wouldn't play it anything over that. Like Tesla's having to go at its resistance level. SPY could push a little bit once we get over those 671.13. But we're going to run into almost the exact same kind of, well, going to be a little higher up. We've got to get through this zone, which was kind of more here on SPY, and then we've got that same upper end that we're going to be dealing with on SPY. But I would like to see this gap here filled once we break. So here to here and then up, but it's going to take some momentum. PayPal pushed nicely. Just not seeing a whole lot, guys. We talked about it this morning. I think me and you ops, if you're still around, not getting FOMO, not chasing some of this stuff, just not worth it. Yeah, it was actually forcing trades is what we were talking about. On today or days like today, it's easy to force a trade. But if you're not paying attention and watching and letting things pan out, I mean, luckily we grabbed those two alerts earlier. Off. Don't need that. Yeah, luckily we had those two alerts earlier where we were able to make some money. One thing we have been seeing is going after lunchtime. We've seen some movement, so maybe we can capitalize on some stuff there. I feel like some stuff is wanting to move. It's just not getting the support. That is almost a dead sideways action. Time for another dad joke. Put the cat out. I didn't realize it was on fire. Huh. That's funny. I think it would be better if it was dog. I don't know many people that put their cats outside. I mean, I guess it could happen. I'm gonna stop trading and head out and study. White bomb, but I'm green. $70 for SPX. All right, man. Have a good day, X. Do good on your test, homie. Just slow down, take your time. You got it. But $75 on today is not bad. You still scare me with SPX, but as long as you're green, that's all that matters. But have a good day, man. And I will see you back in the morning. Intel's building a big wall there. 38. IWM just rejected that opening range high 248.21. One of the things I was watching, we did get a rejection there, and then I'm looking at this Tesla to see what it wants to do. Just going to delete these from, no, I'm going to keep, sorry. Thinking about deleting those, but need them for reference later. Oh, gosh. Not a whole lot going on, guys. Just trying to watch and see. And we entered a little bit of a swing trade once. Once we PT on that, I'll definitely let you guys know here on stream. Now we're getting that break here on SPY over this gold line. This gold line, this red line are both moving support resistance lines that we watch. It's been pushing up. Like I said earlier, once we got confirmation to the upside, we definitely have room to the 671.57. Only problem is, since we touched it, it's been pushing that gold line up because, like I said, it's a moving support and resistance line. But now we are just now breaking it, all gap up there, as you can see. So now it's going to hopefully going to get some momentum to get up to that 671.57 range. It looks like Spy lost a little bit of momentum there. Sorry about that. I was doing some housekeeping. Somebody on Facebook's trying to imitate the group, so I had to try and put a stop to it. Yeah, I do. It kind of pisses me off. You see what I posted there, Ops guy? BS. Yeah, I'm not a violent person at all. But if I could slap the shit out of that dude, I would. I really would. All right, back to trading. Tomorrow, I'm gonna push a little bit here. It is by, looks like it's wanting to, but it's trying to consolidate a little bit. Apple's dumping. Like AMD kind of found bottom here a little bit. I was expecting a bigger pullback. I was expecting more of a push here on Nvidia now that AMD and Nvidia kind of flopped pricing. Gosh. And there's finally got a little bit of a push there on that SPY up to that 671.57. We actually spiked and tried to retest that opening range high, which it dropped back. But now we're going to see if we can push higher. So what we're going to look for is break through that 61.70, 671.75. Then we're going to look for the retest and then see if we can push higher up into the 672.50. So getting that break now, 671.75, and watch for that retest. And then we can look at scalps going into that upper range, 672.51. It looks like we're starting to get confirmation on that SPY over at 670, 175 levels. All right, guys. A little after 12, probably going to start wrapping up the stream. Was still dealing with that scammer there on Facebook. If you guys were wrapped up into that, if he reached out to you, we had a member reach out to me saying that, and send me screenshots saying that the guy was asking uh, for them to send account information to him and all that stuff to prove he was a real trader, whatever. Um, please don't ever do that. Um, Make sure you protect yourself at all cost. Um, we've been around for a long time. I've never once asked for screenshots of members' accounts or anything like that, especially out in the open. I mean that's private information. If you offer to send me a screenshot, if we're talking about something and you know you're looking at a chart or something along those lines, if you want to send me something like that, okay, great. But I'm just not going to message you blind and say, hey, Jim Bob, send me a screenshot of your account. It's that's personal information. Um, that's between you and the platform. That's it. Please don't share that. We will never ask that for you. And on Facebook and other social media, if you're out there, we will not just blindly PM you about joining the group. Yeah, yes, we have a private group. Yes, I want you to join, but I'm not a high pressure salesman. If you join, great. If not, great. I mean, it's completely up to you. Do I care? No, because we're going to do this every day. We've been around, like I said, a long time. Um, we've been, a private group. Yeah, you'll see that more in crypto, and this really pisses me off about this guy getting in and dealing it with our members. But I mean, we've been around 5, 6 years now doing the private group stuff. Yeah, we've changed names a couple times and changed stuff, but we're pretty set where we're at now. And we're going to be around doing this with or without you. So we're not a high pressure sales guy. Me, Chris. If you join, great. If not, hey, no skin off our back. I mean, it's what it is. Because we're going to do this daily. We're going to dominate the market. I don't have to use phishing scams to reach out to you. I don't have to reach into your account and try to steal your information like this guy's trying to do with these people. So if you see that, please let us know. We have a legitimate website. It's at the top. that email in there, info at Spartan Day Trading Group, comes directly to me. My computer, my phone, I get it all the time. Just say, hey, is this for real? Or I seen this or whatever. Um, but I mean, if you look at this guy's profile, it's we ask him if you do share your chart, hide your account info. Yes, please. Very, very important. But you can look at this guy's account and see that he had just started it and stuff like that. So it's very easy to see, but he blatantly tried to copy us and our logo and all that stuff. So just into the story, I guess. Just please protect yourself. We would never do that to you guys. Um, we're upfront, open, honest, and try to help everybody we can, but yeah, stay protective of your information and everything. So please do your part. Anyway, guys, like I said, I'm gonna probably wrap it up. Got some stuff going on in the private group. See which way it goes. I don't know. But it's still Monday, early on in the week. So, but I appreciate it, guys. Hopefully, you had a great day. Um, and I will see everybody back here in the morning. So, cheers, buddy. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Later.